Every traveller has a story. Some are told, some are buried behind the walls of the places we sleep. This story isn't about ghosts. It's about something worse. The kind of horror that pretends to be ordinary. Something that waits behind. Room 192. When Daniel Reeves checked into the Silver Pines Motel, it was supposed to be for one night. A storm had washed out the highway, and the old roadside inn was the only place open for miles. The woman at the front desk smiled too wide. Her name tag said, "Gloria. Gloria, you're lucky, sweetheart. One last room available. Room 119. Her hand trembled as she slid him the key. An actual brass key, not a card. When Daniel looked up, she was already staring past him, toward the hallway mirror. He didn't notice it then, but the reflection behind him didn't move. Room 119 smelled like old wood and dust. A single lamp flickered in the corner. The wallpaper peeled. The carpet squished faintly underfoot, as if it had just rained inside. He tossed his bag on the bed and turned on the TV, static. No channels, only one sound. A faint whisper coming from the vent. At first, he thought it was the wind, but the longer he listened, the clearer it got. A woman's voice, crying, repeating the same words, "Don't let him out." He pressed his ear to the vent. The air was cold. Then something whispered back. Whisper, male distorted. "Daniel!" He jumped back, heart pounding. How did it know his name? Someone knocked, soft, polite. He opened the door to find a man in a faded business suit. Grey hair, gentle eyes, room key in hand. Man, "Sorry, neighbour, you hearing it too? The voices through the vents?" Daniel blinked. "You hear them?" "Man, every night. I've been trying to complain, but she doesn't listen." The man pointed toward the front desk. "Gloria. She says no one else is staying here, but I've seen them. The others?" Daniel leaned into the hallway. Every door read 109. That's when he realized there weren't multiple rooms, just one number repeated again and again down both sides of the hallway. "Daniel, what's going on here?" Man whispering, "Don't open the bathroom door after midnight. That's when he comes out." Then the man smiled sadly and walked away, disappearing into another room 119. By midnight, the storm had gone silent. The power flickered once, twice, then died. Daniel sat on the bed, flashlight trembling in his hand. The whispering from the vent grew louder. Now it sounded like multiple voices, arguing, crying, pleading. Then the bathroom light turned on by itself. He hadn't touched it. The door creaked open. A thin line of water trickled out across the carpet. From viewed in, inside came a faint sound, like someone breathing underwater. He stepped closer, whispering, "Hello?" And then a voice answered, his own. Daniel's voice from bathroom, "You shouldn't be here." He froze. The voice continued, calm and steady, perfectly imitating him. "He knows you now. By morning, the storm had passed." Daniel hurried to the front desk, but Gloria was gone. Instead, a younger man in a maintenance uniform stood there. "Daniel, I need to check out, now." Clerk, "Sir, this motel closed 30 years ago. We're just demolishing it next month." Daniel stared at him. "Closed? I stayed here last night." The man frowned. "Impossible. There hasn't been power in that building for decades." The clerk turned his computer screen toward Daniel. An old article was open. Silver Pines Motel Fire. 1989. 11 dead. Room 119 was the origin of the blaze. The only survivor, a man named Daniel Reeves, vanished soon after. Daniel felt the blood drain from his face. "That's my name," he whispered. The clerk led him to the ruins behind the office. Charred remains, melted signs, collapsed walls, and the twisted metal frame of what used to be Room 119. Beneath the soot, something shimmered, a burned keychain still intact. The tag read, "Daniel, Manager." Memories hit like a wave, the fire alarm, the locked door, the screams of guests he couldn't save, the face of Gloria, the night manager who had begged him to unlock the bathroom. He didn't, he ran, and ever since that night, the voices had been calling for him to come back, to finish what he started. That night, the motel should have stayed silent. But when the moon rose, one light flickered on. In the ashes where Room 110 once stood. Inside, a man sat at the front desk. His name tag said Daniel. The phone rang. He picked it up. Daniel, Silver Pines Motel. One last room available. If you ever drive past the old highway between Ridgeview and Hollow Creek, you might see a flickering sign. Vacancy. You might think it's just a power glitch or an abandoned building. But if you stop, and if someone offers you room 119, don't take it, because that room doesn't exist anymore. At least, not here. Final line whispering. Some rooms never check out their guests and some guests never leave.